the way that urine drug testing started, as I mentioned, it actually started from a public health observed problem, right? That some people, you have a category of people out there, and I'm talking now in the long-term chronic pain prescribed opioids world, of people who were drug seeking, meaning that they were getting drugs from multiple providers. They might be getting OxyContin for long-term chronic pain, but they were also getting Dilaudid from a different doctor. And then you also had people who were taking illegal drugs, and you had people who were selling these drugs onto the street. And so the urine drug testing, that was sort of the impetus for the growth of urine drug testing. And what we saw was that it exploded, the claim volume exploded. And at the beginning, people were running, 24 panel tests. They were getting paid $5,000 to $6,000 per person for, and there were opportunities for the doctors to do, right, they would do a qualitative test, meaning a point of care cup, and then a quantitative lab test that would get paid more, and the doctor would get paid for reading the confirmation test. And it was just all these billing opportunities, and at the core, at the kernel, there was this really valuable purpose, but it was the response in terms of the revenue was out of proportion. And that's the story that happens over and over again in healthcare. If we went back 5 years ago, I could tell you, 10 years ago, I could tell you that story about imaging and MRIs, and I could tell you that story and CT scans. And we went back 15 years ago, I could tell you that story about power wheelchairs. Every time there's a new test, there's a new service that's being reimbursed, it's over, there's a response from the people who need it, but then the response gets magnified many times over by people who see it as a revenue opportunity.